Hello everybody, welcome back to Tom Guy DBZ. I'm here with Vinny, and today we're doing another reaction video. This time to the death battle of Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom. Another DC versus Marvel. Lex Luthor and Doctor Doom have been in fights before. I don't remember who Doctor Doom fought, but I believe Lex Luthor fought against Iron Man, which was actually, it was a pretty good fight, but ultimately, you know.
Here's the big one.
Marvel won that fight. By the way, I just want to take the time to point something out that I think is kind of shocking to me because I never expected to ever have this happen. I got a bunch of followers on TikTok. I think we're about to close on 250 followers, which I know is not like, oh, well, that's, you know, small compared to millions of followers. But guys, you gotta celebrate like the milestones. Like, for one, I didn't expect me having one video blow up and give me that many followers. Like, I never suspected that. So, if you guys are new to my channel and you're from TikTok, or if just anywhere and you guys are new followers, you know, first off, I just want to say thank you guys for the support, and I hope you guys continue to support me as I grow and as I, you know, as we grow through this whole social media situation. So with that milestone achieved, I think I'm going to actually make a complication for YouTube that you guys can check out on here, and I plan to upload. I don't know when that will be, but it'll be sometime in the near future, probably within the month. With that said, we'll go ahead and get into the start of this video. So, here, let me grab my controller over here. Go ahead and get started in this in 3, 2, 1, and start. All right, here we go. All right.
Lex Luthor, CEO of LexCorp and nemesis to Superman.
And
right.
Dr. Doom, King of Latveria and Doom of the Fantastic Four.
The intellect of these two evildoers is unmatched in their own worlds.
But what happens when the geniuses of these spiteful nerds collide? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
Death battle. There we go. That's what I was thinking.
In the city of Metropolis, soaring above all other structures, one can find atop the tallest building an L.
Who's the dickbag that decided to literally hang that L over everyone's head?
Yeah.
Just the one and only.
That's sad.
Luthor.
Born and raised in
I feel like you got major issues when you have to hang a hell, or not hell, I mean L. So you have to play an L, right, like above, you know, in the building that you own. So
Asses had to be covered. So Lex and his old man got a convenient memory wipe.
his alias is Sexy Lexi. What the?
And setting Lex down a path to get away from his
I don't know where that comes
right
from.
there with you, bud.
I don't know what that. I think that's like. I remember watching. Okay, so a couple years ago I watched Robot Chicken, and which was an adult, you know, show. You don't want to watch it, but it's with claymation, and I think that was where that came from. I don't know. I could be wrong. There may be a comic out there saying Sexy Lexi.
If Superman continues to exist, humanity will become weak and reliant on him, and ultimately perish, supposedly.
Ever since
Supposedly,
Soups
yeah.
flew into
The keyword
town,
is supposed.
he's been Lex's undoing.
But also his
I'm gonna
driving
get a drink.
force in creating technology, chief among them being his war suit.
This bad boy comes
That war
equipped
suit
with
looks different, I'm gonna tell you now.
Field, electroblasts, missiles, a chest laser, and wrist blades for all your Batman shanking needs.
Lex
Dang.
has utilized many different energy sources
box
for his
power.
suits, but his newest and greatest is the Mother Box, a nigh inexhaustible piece of new god technology with which Lex can create energy beams, repair his suit, and teleport via quantum folding.
The suit can survive a
Wow.
planet exploding and lets old Lex
They gave
go
him a
from
power
to
boost.
Superman himself.
Well, it is questionable if his suit is directly comparable to Superman going all out, especially with his reliance on kryptonite. But Lex has used it to fight with other DC powerhouses.
Like this orange Bugman Larfleeze, who's basically a one-man Lantern Corps. You know, that band of green boot stompers who can cross the universe in under an hour.
Knowing DC has a universe at least 100 trillion light years across, this would require a speed over 5 quintillion times the speed of light.
Or how about the time Green Lantern Kyle Rayner held back the Big Frickin' Bang?
Much of Lex's tech is relegated to the war suit, but he does have on-hand gadgets too, such as a heat ray, robot replicas called Lexbots, and a special barrier that
Wow.
temporarily turns anything it touches two-dimensional.
It turns you 2D, huh? That sounds like a weeb's wet dream. How does that work?
It's rather simple, actually. By applying higher dimensional physics to a simple 2D grid, we can replicate and place the form of a three-dimensional object into a lower, flattened form that...
Ah, make it stop! Make it stop! Well, I knew the old squirrel diet was a good idea. Unlike Lex.
Nah, you're two-dimensional, buddy.
Two-dimensional. Sure, he's had his squabbles with Superman, but after Supes died, not when he punched the gray guy when he blew up this punk Denny, he gained a newfound respect for the Man of Steel and took up his mantle. Maybe he isn't the bald psycho everyone thinks he is.
Doubtful. Lex's
Yeah.
actions, both good and bad, tend to stem from one thing. He really wants to be Superman himself.
There you go.
Hey, Jelly.
Hate
What
is
explains
directly
it?
correlated to love, folks.
An
That's how it
experiment to
works.
turn normies into superheroes.
How it works.
Unfortunately, Lex's genes...
You hate
were
somebody 'cause you wanna be them.
He still went through the procedure, but even after some voluntary organ harvesting, he only had 6 months to live.
Wow, Lex really does want to be Superman, even if
Apparently
it kills
so.
him.
But if Lex can't be Superman, he might as well make himself the one person that super citizen has to answer to. Which is why Lex decided to, what else?
Run for president. Yep.
Can you imagine a president who's an evil billionaire and hates aliens? So unrealistic.
Lex was already a nihilist with few real attachments, and became all the worse when he learned he could neither be nor control Superman. Take, for example, the time he made a cure for his sister's terminal illness,
Well, that doesn't seem so bad.
and then reinfected her with that same illness seconds later, just to prove he could.
Jesus Christ! Never mind, he's evil. Why would anyone work for this guy?
Lex's outlook on life actually gained a big following. After traveling millions of years into the future, because comics, Lex saw a world where his goals became reality, where people quit aspiring to the impossible standards of superheroes, instead embracing who they were deep down, selfish and greedy animals.
So he literally inspired a philosophy around being the opposite of Superman.
Yep.
Apparently. Isn't it ironic, though, that even those who chose to follow Lex's ideals called this philosophy doom?
Huh. I guess Lutheran was already taken. Anyways,
Wow.
his fanboys from the future might consider it their doom, but to Lex, his ideals are everything. And
Wow.
to his credit, they have seen him through some pretty heavy stuff.
Like outsmarting Brainiac, getting tortured by Joker.
And getting shot out of a helicopter by a gorilla. Don't worry, somehow he got better.
Even completely stripped of everything, standing before an almighty God, Lex Luthor will continue to defend his ideals. This harbinger of doom is truly beyond comprehension. Or so he says.
Who is it, Superman?
What's
Lex
that?
Luthor, greatest criminal mind of our time.
Wow.
At first glance, let
Yeah,
me-
I always thought, you know, it's so crazy. I think about him. There's like a character in Mortal Kombat, like Quan Chi, like in Mortal Kombat versus DC, which is, by the way, I never played that game, but I do remember watching story cutscenes.
Born
He
of
and
Romani,
like
Victor Von
he
Doom had a
and or
tumultuous childhood.
he
After
and him
his
are
was taken
semblance
by
of each other. I'll just leave it like
His
that.
father died on the run from an evil baron. Doom did what any mad scientist would do and began making inventions.
Like his own robot replicas and Marvel's favorite retcon device, the Doombots. That sounds
Second in
familiar.
line for Sorcerer
Technical
Degree.
wonders he made
I don't know
while
about that.
Scamming people.
Doctor
So
Strange.
great, the Empire State University offered him a scholarship.
And so began a good old college try by Doom.
There, Doom built a device to communicate with his mother in the underworld. But because of a miscalculation that may or may not be thanks to the thing, it blew up in his
Okay.
face. Literally.
It's okay, though.
Wow.
After the explosion gave him a nasty scar, Doom ventured to Tibet, where some monks did him a solid and helped him build a suit of armor.
Made from a mastery of science and mysticism, Doom's titanium armor goes beyond the wonders of ordinary technology and into the absurd.
It's the Swiss Army knife of power armors, complete with electrical blast, a device that scrambles brain neurons, and a laser
Wow.
staff that doubles as a technovirus.
At full power, the suit can break through an adamantine coffin, and allegedly contains pieces of the cross that Jesus Christ himself was crucified on.
Bro,
In
what?
case a pesky Dracula comes your way. which he did. With this suit, Doom easily conquered Latveria and overthrew the Baron who gave him so much trouble years back. Aha! Take that, asshole!
Seeing how prosperous his rule was, Doom thought if he could make Latveria better by conquering it, why not make the whole world better by conquering it?
God,
Well, I mean,
no.
a Panther God did say he should. Too bad he was always stopped by the Fantastic Four.
And their leader, Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic.
To put it lightly, Doom frickin' hates him. One time, when Doom was being pulled into hell, rather than try to escape eternal torment, all he wanted to do was burn and scar Reed's face.
To Doom, Reed Richards is a man of unquenchable vanity and unmitigated arrogance, consumed by his own ego at the cost of everyone around him.
Yeah, I think Doom might be projecting a bit there.
Though he has failed
Yeah.
many times to conquer the world, Doom certainly has the arsenal to do so.
Antimatter guns, bombs that transmute things to chrome, a molecular expander that turns tiny particles into boulders, and time shift bombs that'll send you several seconds into the past.
But his most
Okay.
interesting gadget is the Cosmic Power Siphon. While not particularly fashionable, at least before he implemented it into his suit, the siphon has absorbed and stolen the powers of numerous cosmic entities.
You might
Wow.
be asking, if Doom has all these gadgets, why doesn't he use them more often? Well, in his own words, Doom's reasons are his own. Do not question them.
But Doom is more than just a scientist. He's also
Right.
a magician. In fact, a contender for Sorcerer Supreme. As such, he can employ all manner of magic.
And that's
spells,
crazy to me.
barriers,
Why would he,
teleportation,
never mind.
energy
I'm
blasts,
not going to try and
If
figure
he
out
ever needs
comics.
to
I'm not.
Freaky Friday a foe, he can use a mind swap technique he took from the Ovoids to switch bodies.
Like this.
Oh, how do you walk with these scrawny legs? This one isn't even a gun.
Why are there 6 of you? Am I drunk? Dummy! Change us back.
It should come as no surprise that a multi-classing nerd like Doom has taken on some of Marvel's toughest heroes.
He's faster than Reed Richards, who reacted to interstellar beams fired by Galactus, and has even deflected Thor's hammer.
The same hammer that flew Thor across the universe in seconds.
Knowing
Okay.
Marvel's universe has a diameter of at least 1 trillion light years, Mjolnir
Alright.
must have been moving over 2 quintillion times the speed of light.
And that's not even getting
That's
into the
fast,
battle
y'all.
with the Green Universe Clapper, the Hulk.
Or the no-holds-barred punch he took from Sentry with only 7% of his suit's power left.
With so much tech and magic, it's a wonder Doom ever loses.
Well, for all his achievements, Doom does have one insurmountable weakness. Squirrels.
I knew
What?
it! Nobody's a match for those little bastards but me. But hey, as long as he stays on Bucktooth's good side, he should be
The
alright.
f-
He
you know
also
what?
has a bad habit of just losing godlike power at the worst of times.
Like when his control over the Power Cosmic was taken by a plot-convenient cosmic energy-stealing super airplane.
Still, Doom
Oh.
persevered and became the God Emperor of everything. Until Mr. Fantastic stole his powers away.
Oh boy, if Doom already hated Reed, what did he think of him after that?
Surprisingly, Doom's time as a god caused an epiphany of sorts. He looked back on his actions, his ego finally shattered, and in his reflection was left with a desire to fix his ways.
So he took up the role of Iron Man of all people, stopped being so world-conquery, and became a good guy.
Just for a little bit, don't worry, he was back to being a maniacal would-be conqueror soon enough.
Comic book status quo.
It seems a literal multiverse-scale intervention couldn't keep Doom from being Doom.
Your plan to destroy them has failed, Master.
Failed. Dr. Doom does not fail.
Okay, well, he's
Alright,
definitely,
bets are set. When we've run the data through
he
all
and
the
Lex Luthor definitely fit in the same
Bold
category.
and confident as Lex and Doom, try out Blue Chew.
Oh, definitely. Well, that just to show, that perfectly shows you that Marvel and DC, definitely replicate each other when it comes to, like, overall, not manipulation, but, copying. Like, they know how to copy each other's characters. For real, both of their stories pretty much, like, they didn't match up, but they definitely, ultimately, it's all about the ego to these guys. And they're a great lesson in learning the fact that hate does not get you far. You can strive to be somebody else, but it's like it ultimately comes down to determination. You can sit there and pout and be hateful at somebody all you want, but unless you do something about it, it ain't never going to happen. So I will say that's one positive thing from these guys, but other than that, I don't really know what else they can do besides let your ego go. Personally, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I'm just going to be excited to overall see how this match goes down. But other than that, I have no other evidence, anything else to point out that Doom or Lex would be stronger or anything like that. So at this point, I'm just going to let the writing do what it's got to do, and I'm going to watch and enjoy the battle. So here we go. All right. Oh, wow, okay.
Oh,
Explode.
visitor.
Mr. Luthor, your company has invaluable resources for the people of Latveria. I will be seizing them.
What an exquisite place to start a corporatocracy.
Okay. So are we doing the gunfight? Okay. I'm just doing a bunch of guns right now. Oh, crap. Alright. So far, so... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he did say he had his suit and all that from the mother box.
Lex bot, you knuckle-dragging buffoon.
Its design is rather ingenious. Not as ingenious as mine, of course. But enough talk.
Not an ingenious as mine, of course. You know, you always gotta... People have always gotta do that, man, I swear. They will always be like that. It's like, oh, I want to compliment you, but, of course, I'll point out that mine is better. You know, it's crazy.
Two-dimensional morphographic technology. I haven't perfected it, but it's more than enough to exterminate an imbecile like you.
Oh. Oh, boy, what is that?
Enough to exterminate an imbecile like you.
Did they just go back in time for like 2 seconds?
You fell for my time shift bomb. Now, foot dive. Foot dive.
Wow. Dang, he's spamming the same, like, drop kick with 2 legs. Alright, reflected that. Did the wind turn? Okay. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
What a fox.
Ooh. Does he got it? Okay, no, I was like, I think he got him, but...
Possible. That word has no meaning for someone like me. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, y'all are pretty evenly matched from the looks of it.
Marvelous. And wasted on your incompetence.
You're gonna insult him again, and you know, get your butt. Ooh. What in the world was that? It's like a magic hand.
What kind of a man are you?
A Superman.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? And they did the movie, like the Justice League. Oh my god. I think that's a game too, but like that's crazy.
Hiding behind this hideous mask, Tin Man? Let's show your true face the light of day!
Don't you see it? That mask is my true face.
Wow. He literally did a Ginyu on himself and just swap bodies at the last second. Ooh, yeah.
This power, it's like that of the gods beneath me.
Wow, his power is like that of a god. You know what?
But never pinning him to
Wow.
it.
Having a slight speed advantage
That's
and
crazy.
a smaller suit by most measures, Lex was able to hold his own with Doom for a time.
And sure, Lex could counter some of Doom's arsenal, but he
Well, that was pretty fire.
being transmuted to chrome, being blasted with antimatter, or getting his nerves scrambled from the inside.
What's more, Lex's mind has been swapped before, once with Superman, funnily enough.
Meaning if things got desperate, there was nothing to stop Doom from pulling a Captain Ginyu on Lex and swapping their bodies.
They pointed out that was a Captain Ginyu move. I'm so glad.
Mastered all of its potential.
Because it's like, bam.
Doom's ace in the hole, the cosmic
If y'all don't know who Captain Ginyu is, y'all need to watch Dragon Ball Z right now. Don't hesitate. Go and sit down. Watch the Namek Saga. That's like the most, like, memorable saga, if not out of all the, like, Dragon Ball franchise.
Power of the entire Marvel multiverse.
If not the Cell Saga, I don't know.
All of it. There's no way the Mother Bugs could stand up to a device like that.
Thus, it was only a question of if Doom could bide his time before turning the tables on Lex.
And given all the beatdowns he's survived from Marvel heavy hitters like Hulk and Sentry, I'd say Doom had that time.
Lex's tech was an impressive challenge that had the stats to contend with Doom. But against Doom's bewildering gadgets, magical trickery, and power-stealing siphon, the advantage was in the Doctor's court.
The King of Latveria claimed his victory. Hopefully Lex isn't a sore Luthor.
The winner is Dr. Doom.
Y'all on this jokes. Y'all on the jokes. Well, that was a fire battle. I like that. Alright, guys. What's next time? What we got? Okay. Heihachi versus Geese. I don't know who those are. And I don't know if I'd be interested in reacting to those. So, that might be kind of hard. But ultimately, that battle was fire. Yes, really good. It was a really good fight. I enjoyed it. Personally, I don't know about, like, for one, I do know that Lex Luthor is kind of like, you know, he's got brains, and I'll give it, and both of them do. They're both really intelligent, but of course, I feel like in the end, if you've got a body swapping technique, I feel like that can seal the deal. Like, because I've always thought about that with video, like, when I played Dragon Ball Z, like, that's why I was laughing at the Ginyu reference, because I've played Dragon Ball so many times that when I'm playing on an online match, when I'm playing with somebody, if I pick Captain Ginyu, I can literally, like, beat them for, like, a while, and then just activate that move to swap bodies, and then that's like, you know, if I'm been getting beat up, if all I gotta do is just time it right, and then bam, you know, I get their health, I get their stats, I get everything, their abilities, and then it's like, bam, I can win the match pretty easily. So that move was definitely, I think, I give Dr. Doom that, you know, he definitely had that in his ball court. Or ballroom. I don't know how to say that. So that is Lex Luthor versus Dr. Doom. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I love y'all. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe for more. Comment down below what your feelings are about this video, and share with your friends, family, and strangers. So once again, thank you guys so much for the support. Go check out my other social medias, especially TickTock. I produce a lot of content on there. See you guys in the next video of Time God DBZ. God bless, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.